What is the mood? What is the sentiment amongst your members, US corporates that have a footprint and exposure here in China? What are they telling you at this stage?
Tom, the sentiment is cautious. We've done 2 surveys. One of them is quite recent, and the other one was from about a month before. So naturally, the second survey showed increased caution and a little bit of increased pessimism. There's some additional impact projections that people have, and they base it on 2 different scenarios. One is a return to normal operations by April 30, and the other one based on return by August 30. And so if in the first case they expect significant revenue declines, but if it goes as long as August 30, then there may be as much as a 10 to 50% hit in revenues as projected.
Yeah, that's certainly not small. Are you able to break it down for us in terms of sector by sector? Which companies are feeling the pinch more than others, and where are we seeing more momentum? Which businesses are able to get closer to that 90% or 100% capacity?
Sure. The sector breakout is that consumer and resources and industrial are probably most pessimistic. And then services, I would say, is a close second behind that, whereas technology is currently not experiencing that much of a pinch yet, although their forward-looking projections are somewhat pessimistic. So if you think about 43% in services expect a decrease in market growth by about 35 to 50%, whereas the consumer and resource and industrial sector think that it might be more than 50%. So now 57% in the tech sector think that they expect a decrease of less than 5%, which is actually surprising, but good that there's some optimism out there. So these are significant numbers. Now, we will continue to survey the membership really almost on a 30-day basis. So we'll have updates as well. We'll be able to track along with the spread or control of the virus and track the differing sentiment among the membership.
Well, we'll certainly be looking out for those updates. What are your members telling you about how all of this plays into their plans for the rest of the year?
Again, surprisingly optimistic is that there's 40% that have no change in their investment plans. I personally am glad to see that result, but I guess my personal feelings don't matter that much. What we do is we just collect and report the data. Having said that, though, we recognize that this, and the community does, that this is a biological challenge, not a market or economic challenge. So hopefully we can stay the course. People are also optimistic about the prospects for reform, economic reform in China, such that that would accrue to business benefit. And then we could, again, move forward. That's probably one of the reasons that people want to maintain investment levels. And then, others are looking at adjustments. So if you think about current year adjustments, there's probably 47% that are revising budgets and close to 40% that are cutting costs. But those are more 2020 focused initiatives as opposed to the longer term where we see more stay the course in terms of investment.